Hello camping fans and welcome to Warrior Camping. Now today I've got another boot fair find. I found this at the weekend. I haven't opened it up and looked at it yet because I was waiting for Jess to come back. So she's back off a little holiday today. Well, she got back yesterday but she's round today. So I've been saving this for her because she loves to see what I've got up the boot fair. She loves the boot fair, Jess does. So comes with me quite a lot when I go out to the different boot fairs. So let's open this up and see what I've got. So it's a Coleman BOA. I don't really know what it is. It looks quite old. When I opened up the bag and had a look at the poles, it's got all nice aluminium poles and that. It's not that heavy in the bag, and because it's got that red bag, I know it's quite an old Coleman's because I don't think they've used that red bag like that for quite a long time. So there you can see it's got a really nice set of poles on it. I see them, so I went to the bloke, how much do you want for your tent, mate? He went, oh, that tent, that's a nice tent, that is. He said, you can have that, mate, for £15. So being the boot fair, you got to haggle, haven't you? So I said, I'll give you a tenner for it, mate. He went, yeah, okay, take it. So that was it. I bought the Coleman BOA for a £10 note. So it looks quite nice so far. And them poles look really nice, all shaped and all that. So I paid me tenner. I did ask the bloke, I said, is it alright, mate? He went, yeah, there is nothing wrong with it. He said, I had it up last year, used it. It's all there and there is nothing wrong with it. So I gave him a tenner and walked away happy with my new tent find. So I'm not sure what it is yet. I don't really know. All the poles look curved, so it might just be the dome tent. I'm not sure what I've actually got here because I didn't look at it. I haven't looked nothing up about it. I just thought I'd wait for Jess and then we can put it up together and see what I've actually bought, because she'll laugh. If it's a bit damaged, she'll take the mick out of me and laugh and say I've wasted my money. But if it's good, she'll love it. So that's why I've waited for Jess to do this one. So she's putting the poles together. She's getting good at doing these tents now, Jess is. Where she's put a few up, she's getting the right hang of them. And I'm just looking at this fly sheet, and it looks like it's got all the nice net like liners, runners that the poles go through, and it looks like crosses at the back, so it doesn't look like a dome tent. I thought it might have been a bit of a dome because Coleman made a ton of dome tents, but I don't think it is. And that pole there, look, it's got like a shape, little arch pole with a little higher bit in the middle. So it might even have a porch on the front of it, this tent. Or maybe that holds the back up, I'm not sure. So let's see what we got with the pole. So we got that one little tiny short pole. And then got this one. This is quite a long pole she's putting together now. It's a long pole. Not as long as the ones I'd done on that nature hike hippie. They was the world's longest poles. So if you look at the poles there, one end's like a blank and one end's got a clip. So I'm not sure about that. The different sides of the poles must be a bit different. So let's have a look at the fly sheet. So you can see it's nice colour, dark grey with like little red bits on it. Racing stripes on the tent, on the Coleman BOA racing tent. So it looks like it's got a door at the front, a hoop that goes over the front like a pole, and then it looks like the other two poles cross at the back of it. So I'm looking at that there, it's got like a sleeve on it, so the poles only go in one way, and they have got like a little sleeve bit, so one end locks into the loop, the other end has got a nice little sleeve to go into, so that's good. This tent's a bit geared up for like being a strong tent, I think, to have all that on it. The little reinforced sleeve, the little pocket for the end of the pole and that. So the poles are going through nice. They always go through nice. When they have these like mesh runners, they seem to run through them nice. And when it's got like that blank end on it, hasn't got a point, that's going into there really easy. And that's it, that's just locked straight into place, see? So it's got no cliff or nothing on that end, it just goes into its own little pocket, and that is ready to go up that pole. So do the same with the other pole. And I like that, the way that pole's just went through there really easy and straight into that pocket, no pouncing around, clipping it in and all that. And you can't, like, when you go do the other side and pop it up, there's no way it can fall out of the loop, because that happens loads, isn't it? You put them in one side, go round the other side, and it falls out when you get there. And you have to go back and do it again. But on this one, that can't happen. So I like this. So I was right there, look, you see the poles cross on the top. So I like that. There's no way this side of the poles can fall out. They go straight into the pocket. Rubens do that a lot with our tents. I've got a few Rubens tents and they're the same. They lock into a pocket one side and then you clip them in the loop the other side. So far, I'm liking this old Coleman tent and it looks nice condition. Does look like a nice old tent. It's got a few dirty marks on it, but it's an old tent from the boot fair. It's going to have that. So I'd imagine this little short pole is like a little porch pole, holds like a canopy out or something like that, a bit above the door. And if you look there, them loops, I think it's going to go into that. So it will clip in to them little loops at the front and hold a little thing out. So that's it, look, it's a cross. So it is a bit like a dome tent, but the cross goes lengthways instead of going sideways, and it is a bit longer. So this looks like it could be quite a good tent actually. I like the way them poles went in, that was really easy, and they've got really nice poles on this one. These poles are lovely and thick, they're lovely and strong. So all you got to do is push it up, and you find that as well, when you got the mesh ones, it seems easier to like stretch it out over the pole and get it into this clip. Because like she's done that, has gone in easy. Alright, she's struggling a little bit, but it's quite a big tent this one. But that's it, she's got it. And I'd imagine the second one, now you got that first one in, the second one will be a bit easier. And remember, she is a bit of a novice at this tent like. She has only put a few up, but she's getting better. When she was first putting them up, no, she weren't that good, but she is getting the hang of them. I haven't told her what to do on this. I've told her where the poles go, but she's worked out what's going on. So she's getting the right hang of doing these tents, and she likes them as well, so I'll get her to pitch quite a few, because she can do it and I can film it in it, because she likes doing them. I like pitching tents as well though, it's good putting a tent up. So I've done that side, so there you go, it's got the cross, and then that little front peak, look, nice poles, TO7 7057 T9 Coleman poles. They are a really nice set of poles. And they're long poles and all, because they're going the full length of the tent. So it looks good, this thing. I'm walking around it now. Don't look like there's any damage, no nothing. So I'm just pulling it out. It's quite wide as well. So I'm not sure what size this is. I'm not sure if it's a 2-man tent or a 3-man tent. It doesn't say. You'll find out a bit more when we open it up and have a look inside. But it could be a 3-man. It is quite wide, this. So either a really nice big 2-man or it could be a 3-man. So them bits there, look, that just clips into that loop. Do the same the other side. And then that's like a little porch bit. Oh, well, not, yeah, holding the front door out, like a little porch, just to give it a bit more headroom by the door. So all the poles are here, that is it. The poles are all here. Because you always think, you buy a tent out the boot there, I've done it a few times, and the poles are missing. Or it's got some of the poles, because you don't know how they go up. They have some of the poles, but where you go to do it, suddenly you think, hang on, this thing needs another pole, and you haven't got it. So I've done that a few times. So it's always a bit of a gamble, because you can't say to the man at the boot fair, can I pitch the tent? It's just not happening. You can get it out and have a look at it, but I didn't bother with it. It was only a tenner, and I don't normally bother, really. I'll take the chance, especially, like, I'll take the chance. I've bought a few before, and I've got them home, and they are just half missing, all ripped, and you think, oh, I should never have bought that. But then hopefully it's like swings and roundabouts, isn't it? You win some, you lose some. This one looks like this is a win-win, really nice 10 for a tenner. I haven't looked inside it yet, but so far by this outside, this tent looks really nice. So I've just whacked a couple of pegs in the back to hold it into place. Should do the same with the front, and as you can see, this is a freestanding tent. It's standing up on its own. It doesn't need the pegs to hold it up. It does need the pegs to hold the front out, but the actual sleeping bit, that's just standing up on its own with the poles. But I put a couple of pegs in it just to hold it in place. And I should just move that pole, because she's put the other side in the first hole and this side in the second hole. So I shall put this one in the first hole, and then I can put a peg through that second hole. So I'll just do it where it's the same both sides. And that was a little bit twisted. What's going on with that? It doesn't feel right here. Hang on, something going on, not right. Let's unclip that and do it. It's like twisted round itself. That's why it didn't look right. Right, unclip that. Fold it down. Right, yeah, that's better. That's it. That's how it goes. It was just like twisted round and clipped in wrong. So yeah, that is it now. Sorted. Put the pole back in. And that's right now, because it just didn't look right, all twisted round. And as you can see there, it's got another loop there, that black loop. So you could like double peg this. It's got another one there where you could peg the fly sheet down better. So, or the inner or whatever, you can double peg all these feet for extra strength. I'm not going to do that because there is no wind today, and I'm only putting it up to have a look at it. I'm not camping out in it or nothing like that. I will take this out camping though. I like this old tent already. As long as it's all right inside, this thing looks like a really good buy for a tenner. So just put some tension on the front, pull it out, and all the elastics round the bottom all look good. So far, so good. So what does that say now? WeatherTech system, whatever that means. The Coleman WeatherTech system. So it is all singing and dancing, this tent. I think this tent's geared up for a bit of bad weather. Geared up for like a bit of like, not extreme camping, but it's not really just like a campsite tent. It's a bit geared up for better than that. This is geared up for like taking out, going out places where a normal little tent might get blown away. This is a bit geared up for that. So it is like a sort of wild camping tent. In a way, I'm using that word literally. It is not designed, this tent, to go up Everest and be pitched on the peak of it. But it is designed to go out a bit in the middle of the wilderness, I reckon, this tent, because it's like you can double peg it all down. Got quite a few guidelines on it, really strong aluminium poles, and the shape of it with the cross and the way it works, that little porch and that. This thing is geared up for a bit of more hardcore camping than a normal little Coleman tent, because they're not normally geared up like this. This is more of like, what's the word, rugged built tent, made a little bit better. So you can see there, it's got another little elastic loop to peg down the middle of the fly sheet. Let's get a few guides out on it. I'm liking my new tent. This looks like a really good buy for a tenner. Coleman BOA. I've never heard of it, but it looks nice. Soon as I see it, I've got a few of the Coleman tents in them red bags, and you spot them up the boot rail. I've got a few that I've had. Soon as I see that Coleman red bag, you know normally in them red bags is something good with Coleman. As if it was just like a little rubbish Coleman pop-up or something, it wouldn't be in that nice red bag. That red bag's like more heavy duty and you can roll the top over so it's like becomes like a watertight, like a dry sack bag. So normally if you find them bags, the tent that is inside it is normally quite a good tent. So it's worth looking out for them Colemans in the red bags. Like if you get them cheap, don't pay a load of money for a Coleman tent, get something else. But if you're getting one cheap, the ones in the red bags are normally a bit better quality. Or not in the red bags, in the red bags with that clip round the top, and you can do them like a dry sack. Because some Colemans are in a red bag, but the bag's not that dry sack bag, it's like a normal bag, red Coleman bag. So I'm just putting a peg in the back on that guide, and that just pulls the back out, and you can see it's got like the little bar to hold your air vent up at the back. So yeah, it's all nice, this tent. Got the bars for the vent. It's looking good, this tent. It's looking quite nice shape, I like it. Another guide at the side, so it's got a lot of guides on this tent. You could anchor this one right down. You do all the guides round the bottom, double peg all the feet, and then put all the guides out on this thing. I bet this thing can take some wind because it's got a good shape to it. And oh, look at it, that shape. You put that front end into the wind, this thing will deal with it good. Alright, you'd have to put that peak down because that peak would get a bit blown by the wind. They catch the wind at these peaks. You normally find when you're out and it gets really windy, if you've got that vent pegged out, that little peak bit pegged right out to get the tent venting, it gets blown like a good one. So normally just disconnect that and put it down until the wind dies down a bit, and then peg it back out and open your vent up, because they do catch the wind, them ones. So it had a guide missing now, and it needs it for the peak, so I've just been a bit cheeky and I've nicked the one from the back, which I'm not going to put out, and I'll put it on the front just so it looks better and I can see it how it should look with that peak up. I will have a bit of guide rope somewhere that I can put on this, so I will replace the missing one. So that's it so far. That's the only thing I can find wrong with it. It's got one guideline missing, which really ain't the end of the world. That you can easily get a bit of the little thin rope and put a new guide on it. That is not a problem. I'll have a bit just laying about somewhere, a bit of paracord or something like that. Be nice to get a nice orange bit though that matches all these others, because then it's like keeping the tent nice. Or if I can't find one, I might replace them all on this, do them all the way round, put new ones on it. Because I like my new tent, and I'll have some paracord and that, so I might put new guidelines on this thing. So there's one missing. You can see it did have that one on the back, but I've nicked it to do the one on the front because it was missing off the front bit here to hold the peak open. So it looks good then. If that door unzips both sides, you probably roll that door right up so the front of this thing opens right up. Nice. And it does look good condition, definitely. This is a good one for a boat fair find. And not normally as nice as this, but I have found some good ones up the boot fair over the years. And I have done the other thing once. I say I've bought tents with poles missing. I once bought a tent up the boot fair. It was like, it was a sort of tunnel tent. It was like a 3-man tunnel tent with a porch on the front. And I think it took 3 poles. But when I've got it home and I got it out to put it all together, it had about 9 poles with it. It had 3 like packets of poles in with it. So the bloke at the boot fair, I remember when I bought it, he had the tent I bought, which was a Vango. I think it might have been an Equinox 350, or it was something like that. It was definitely a 350. It was like a big tunnel tent with a big porch on the front. So he had that, and he had a couple of other tents there. He had two more little tents. So I bought the big Vango one off him, but I think I ended up with all the poles for the other two tents as well. So the next week I did go back to that boot fair and I thought, oh, if that man's there, I'll get them other tents really cheap because they won't have no poles with them. Because I've got the poles from, and one of them was a nice alley set of poles as well. So I thought, right, I'll go back, get whatever tent them alley poles are for, get it off him. But I never ever saw that man again, so I don't know what happened to the two tents he had with no poles. So let's open up this lovely BOA and have a look inside it. So yeah, it zips up that side, got the nice bright red storm flap on it. Same the other side, and then this big door's going to roll right up, I'd imagine, and then clip under that little canopy bit at the top. So I like the way this opens up, because sometimes on these sort of tents you get a little tiny door at the front, but this one's got a big massive door. So this is good for opening it up, bit of cooking, and probably as well, I'm not sure, but normally when you have these tents with these sort of doors on it, although this one hasn't got the loops to make it into a canopy, where it's got them like bungee bits on the end, you can wrap them round a pole, and if you get the right length poles, these doors like this, you can put them up like a canopy. As long as it's not windy, know what I mean, nice day, I reckon you could turn that door into a nice big canopy out the front of this, just with a couple of poles and wrapping them elastics round. Or even you can like get a bit of string and tie that elastic to the pole and put a couple of poles on the front and do it like that, and then have a nice big canopy out the front. And I'll have poles that'll do that. I've got loads of tent poles floating about, the old canopy poles and tarpaulin poles and all that. So I'll try that another day. If I've got a couple of poles the right length, I'll see if I can do this door into a nice canopy. And I reckon I will be able to, and that'd be nice. Big canopy out the front, underneath that, cooking when it's a bit drizzly. Happy days with the Coleman BOA. So it looks alright now, and as you can see, this Coleman BOA, it comes with free toothpaste by the look of it, because someone has left their toothpaste in there. So it looks nice though, and with free toothpaste. And the little kit and all, look, what's that on the floor? There's toothpaste and something else over there. Colgate, to go with the Colemans. So, if you do buy a BOA tent, it comes with toothpaste. And not many tents do that. That is a really good feature added to this tent, because toothpaste is really handy. And so, the Coleman BOA comes with toothpaste. See, Coleman think of everything. And that's like a bit out of a lighter. Who's been smoking in my tent? That's what I'd like to know. So it looks nice in here. Not sure what that is. Look, it's got a little bit of string there with a toggle on it. I don't know what that does. Don't know. Little bit of string and a toggle. Might tension it up or something like that. Maybe you can tension the inner up a bit with it. I'm not sure what that actually does. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's it. Look, if I'm pulling that, it's opening up. There's like an air vent now. So if I'm doing that, it's opening up the air vent. So that's good. You can like pull them toggles and hold your little air vent open. Has it got one the other side? No, only in this side. So it has got a little air vent at the back there. So it's looking alright in here. All reinforced where your old ties go in. Oh, and it's got a toggle there as well. Flow system. That must be the little air vent with that toggle. Coleman Flow. So look, you open that and that's an air vent, and then when you pull on that little bit of string with that toggle, it opens the vent up, look, it pulls it down so you can open it right up. So it's got one this side and one the other side. So that's good. I like that little feature on the Coleman's BOA. So this BOA is good. Aluminium poles. It's got that WeatherTech system. It's got the air vent system, and it comes with toothpaste. So this is like an all-in-one camping kit. You just need the sleeping bag and the toothbrush, and you are camping. So that is good from Coleman. A lot of features in this tent. And it has got the nice blackout inner. I like the blackout inner. They're good tents to take if you know you're going to have a drink. Take a tent with the blackout inner, because then you won't get that bright sunshine in your face first thing in the morning, doing your head in, trying to cover your head with a pillow and that to keep the sun away. In these blackout ones, they don't do that, so these blackout tents are drinker friendly. And this one is really drinker friendly, because if you wake up in the morning and you have had a proper skinful and you have got that fur mouth, Coleman supplies the toothpaste to get rid of that horrible taste in your mouth. So this really is geared up for the camping drinker. So as you see our door opening, you can have it full mesh or close the bit up and have it sealed. So it's nice in here, this tent. It's got a nice, like, what do they call that, a loft. Bit of storage, nice pockets. It's got the old roof storage. Big vent at the back there that's opened right up. You've got these vents here with the little toggle to pull them open. Yeah, I'm liking this BOA. For £10 with toothpaste, this thing was a bargain. And it's got its repair kit there. Lovely. Look, it's nice in here. It's big. It's quite big. I'd say this might be a 3-man, because there's a lot of room in there. It's lovely for 2 people in here. There is a ton of room for 2 people in here. Yeah, really nice. Nice condition. There is no damage I can see on here whatsoever. So I am very, very happy with this tent. This is one of the best buys I've had for a little while up the boot fair, I think. Good little buy for a tenner. And I'll keep this. I won't get rid of this. A lot of them I buy, I give away. I'll get rid of them. eBay some. If they're worth a little bit of money, I might eBay them if it's one I'm not really going to use. But I think I'll use this. I like the way the poles go in. I like the size of it. It's got all nice alley poles, loads of guidelines. So when you're going out a bit later in the year and the weather might turn a bit nasty, this tent will be able to handle that, I reckon. I don't know, because I haven't been out in it. It might just first gust of wind, it might fall over, innit? But I don't think it will. I think this is pretty geared up to handle some bad weather. Not really geared up. This ain't going to be like withstand a hurricane tent, but this will withstand a fair bit of wind. This will be a nice tent, and I reckon it's really waterproof and all, this tent. Way it's geared up with all the bits. I don't know the rating on it, but I reckon this will be a really nice waterproof tent. And if you look around in here, it's like the disco tent. Look, I'll show you. See that sparkling there? It's got like glitter everywhere in this tent. So this tent has been parted. Who's been partying in my tent without me, getting the glitter everywhere? So it is. I bet of a night when you get in here and it's dark and you put a nice bright lantern up, I bet this thing will be like being in the old disco, because it'll all have glitter all over it. So I'm not happy about this. Someone had a party in my tent and never invited me. And I love a party in a tent, so I'm a bit gutted. So let's see if the repair kit's all in there. Yeah, look. Couple of bits of fabric, a pole repair, and what's that little tube? Mini toothpaste. No, it's seam sealer. Oh, that's handy. That'd be alright and all, that seam sealer. Nice. So it's got its little repair kit and it comes with the glitter. See, you didn't know. Coleman supply everything. The BOA comes with all the technology you could want, plus toothpaste, a repair kit, and a glitter lining. So what more could you want? If you are a fan of the disco tent, this BOA might just be for you. It's probably been to a festival, innit? To have all that glitter over it. This tent has been to a festival, I reckon. I wonder if it went to Glastonbury. I hope it enjoyed itself if it went to Glastonbury. It doesn't look dirty enough to have been to Glastonbury, because I have been to Glastonbury and everything there is just covered in mud. So I might not have been Glastonbury, might have been somewhere else, but it's definitely been partied in. Look, there's glitter everywhere over this. And I would have enjoyed a good party with all the glitter and that in the tent. And I wonder if it was a bring your own toothpaste party and someone forgot to take theirs home. It might have been, innit? Bring your own toothpaste. Instead of bring your own bottle, a bring your own toothpaste party and someone left theirs behind. And I like this tent more now I know it's had party time in it. Because a tent's not a tent until it's had a party in it. You have to have a tent party, little late night jolly up with a few beers or a bottle of something in the old tent. You can't beat that. So look at the old BOA. I like this tent. It's nice. Look at that. With all the front open and all that. That is quite a good looking tent. I like the colour as well. In the dark. It will be hot though. If you go out in this, I reckon, in a really like hot summer, that will get hot in there. Like really dark grey outer and a black innard. It'd be like an oven in there. You'd be able to cook a chicken in there, I reckon, on a really hot day. And I like that little peak bit on the front with the pole. That looks really good, that bit. Just lifting it all up a bit. So it's making it get in and out easy. Because some of them, when they have that flap without that pole, that flap hangs down really low when you do the door up. So you're forever ducking under it, getting in and out. So I like that. And I really like the look of this tent. And I haven't seen this tent before. I really haven't. Normally, all these Coleman tents, I know what they are. I've been camping years out and about everywhere. So you see these tents all over the place, the Coleman ones. And normally I would know the models or know roughly what they are. But this BOA, I've never seen this before. I didn't know what it was. Alright, I might find a tent and I don't know the name. But when I pitched it, I think, I've seen that before somewhere. But this one, I don't think I've ever seen this anywhere before, this BOA. And I really like it. This is going to stay in my collection. I like my new BOA. And I will mod this thing up a little bit. The first mod I'm going to do to my new tent is add an extra guideline to the back of it. And the second mod I'm going to do to my new tent, and it is a bit of a controversial one, this one, because some people are saying, no, don't do that, keep it original, keep it as you got it. But I'm not. I'm going to mod it and downgrade it a little bit. Get rid of one of the Coleman features. I am going to dispose of the toothpaste. Yes, I've said it. I'm going to take the added extra of the toothpaste away from this tent. So I know it won't be original no more, but I think I will just prefer it without the old toothpaste in there. So apart from that, I'm not doing anything, just putting a guideline on it, getting rid of the toothpaste, and then I shall be really happy with my new Coleman tent. And I don't know what this thing would make on eBay, because it is quite old, I think. Not really old, but it's got a few years on the clock, this old tent. So it might be a really good tent to buy this one, because it is pretty geared up for bad weather. Nice with a blackout, nice with that front bit of cooking and all that. It's got a lot going for it, this tent. So it might be worth, if you're after a little tent, have a look on eBay, see if you can find one of these. All alley poles and all that, lovely. So the Coleman BOA definitely gets the thumbs up from me. Absolutely lovely tent, especially for £10. This thing was an absolute bargain and I love it already. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe so you can join me again, see what I'm doing, cooking, looking at or finding. So I'm off now to sit in my lovely new BOA and chill out for a little while. So let's go. Boot fair camping on a budget.